look upon you with pity.
La la!
You think you're special, don't you? You think you can replace my glorious destiny with one of failure. I can see why you think that. Why face the inevitable truth when you can convince yourself you are worthy?
Hey, that's pretty good.
Worth is earned.
Trash.
Think now. How have you been truly tested? Tested in the fear of isolation from your companions. In your resourcefulness to overcome.
Hello there.
In your strength to overpower those who dominate. Tell me, are you and your companions truly the difference in this fight?
Hey, stop! Why? I just don't get it. I always catch you fuckers watching this sick shit. This is sickening.
This place will be your tomb.
Get out of the way, you bitch!
I will be a god, and you are powerless to stop me.
Shut the fuck up, bitch! I hate drones! Know your fucking place, trash!
Welcome back, everybody. As always, I hope you enjoyed the intro. By now, I think you get the idea. It's Raids 3, but with 13 defense, baby. Let's go. In case you are new around here, this series is all about killing RuneScape's hardest bosses on an account that should be granite mauling green dragon bots in the wilderness, but I can't PK for shit, so instead I'm stuck here in Al Kharid, where our desert adventure begins. Before we begin our adventure, though, I want to take a second to explain some of my goals for this account, because I haven't really yet, and I want to give you guys an idea of what to expect from this series. Firstly, what bosses do I even plan on attempting? The answer to that is as many as I can. I made this little chart to make it simple. As far as I know, the only bosses I can't physically access due to the restrictions on my account are the Theater of Blood and Vorkath. I should be able to access every other boss in the game, and as far as being able to do those bosses, I guess we will cross that bridge when we get there. Now, I definitely won't be able to use traditional methods at places like Corporeal Beast, for example, because most of the meta weapons would give me defense XP. I don't really plan on farming any of these bosses or getting mass KC. I really just want to kill as many different bosses as possible to show people that you don't need to have a max main in maxed gear to have a lot of fun in this game. It's also just like a really good way for me to make content, so yeah. A lot of the bosses I plan on attempting don't have any metas for pure accounts really, let alone strategy guides, so I'm figuring a lot of this out as I go. The other thing I want to talk about is stat goals. I do eventually want to max my attack, strength, hit points, range, and magic while keeping my defense at 13 and my prayer at 55. This should give me exactly 100 combat so that I can get assigned Slayer boss tasks from Duradel. Some of the bosses I want to do, I will need a pretty high Slayer requirement for, so Dairy Daddy's going to make this grind a lot easier. And while I do plan on maxing my other combat stats, I really am in no rush to do so. I got my Fire Cape at I think 54 combat, and just killed Fasani at 83 combat, and I want to get as many kills on endgame content as low combat as possible, just to really show those endgame players that anything is possible if you put your mind to it. So until I decide to max, I will just be getting requirements as I need them. For this episode, my goal is RuneScape's newest raid, the Tomes of Amasket. I won't be able to do experts for a long time on this account, but I at least want to get a few normal KC under my belt while my combat level is still low, just to really rub it in the faces of those Inferno Capers. On to the grind. Look, I want to preface by saying this is not my usual segment. I am not good at explaining lore. I'm good at pressing spacebar and clapping croc cheeks, but in the recent lore video that Old School published on their YouTube, they literally said that the lore is up to interpretation, so here is my interpretation of the Amasket storyline so far. The story starts in the desert, where this sketchy wanderer who dislikes cats apparently hypnotizes us into stealing this ghost remains. I say apparently because I was pretty focused and I don't think I would have fallen for that, so I'm pretty sure she drugged me. What we don't know yet is this wanderer is actually a Amasket. Anyway, she roofied us into stealing this ghost remains, who apparently was some important priest before he died, but if he's anything like the priest I knew growing up, then fuck, that's a dark joke, never mind. Anyway, because a mascot made me steal this jar, the whole city is facing some kind of curse plague, of course, so naturally my inherent white guilt for my ancestors' desecration of cultural artifacts in the past makes me put the remains back. But not before demolishing this apparition. We body that bitch and then head back out to speak to the dead priest. He tells us he stopped the plagues, but just like the priests I knew growing up, he's a dirty little liar. Sorry, I couldn't resist. I also apparently planted some kind of unholy symbol in the temple that let a mascot teleport in and interrupt some kind of ritual. I tried to warn them, but ended up having to kill the priest. Honestly, best part of the quest so far. 11-year-old me is proud. Why is the quest called Itchlarin's Little Helper? Well, that's because Itchlarin, the brother of a mascot, is the one who freed us from this curse, or maybe he just helped us come down from the roof. Yeah, I don't know. This quest was very confusing. Next up, Contact. But actually first, Prince Ali Rescue, because I never finished that quest on this account, and it's prerequisite for Contact, so, Okay, there we go. Back to Sophanum. The city is under quarantine, and a mascot is still just losing her shit because she wants to eat this priest's remains. Like, dude, just let her do it. I don't see the big deal anyway. Regardless, the quest leads us to these tunnels where we find a dead Al-Kharid agent, and Misa? I don't know how to say her name. Another Al-Kharid agent. Then we have to convince Osman, back in Al-Kharid, to pull some kind of political espionage. He gets his ass handed by a giant scarab, so of course we have to save his ass. The scarab drops a dagger that we will literally never use on this account. And we tell the high priest what we did, and blammo, quest complete. After completing Contact, we can talk to Jamila, an artisan who resides in Sophanum. She slyly hands us a note telling me to meet Misa by Necropolis. A little short conversation later, and this Menophyte guard is assaulting me and saying I pray to false gods, which, damn, that is a deep cut. Next up, we craft a scarab emblem to use on this little pillar. We open up a stairway where we can kill a couple of scarab mages. Stairway, a few traps, and levers, and an urn puzzle later, we find ourselves talking to a ghost who is just dropping heaps of lore on us, honestly. Like, buddy. Apparently, most of the gods in Raids 3 are pretty chill guys, actually. They are just kind of puppets for a mascot and don't really have much a choice, much say in the matter. So, yeah, Raids 3 is kind of depressing after learning that. Anyway, we kill the champion of Scarabus, the first real challenge of this video. His mechanics are pretty punishing, but after 60 hours of Nightmare, I'm feeling pretty confident about this one. Next, we make a cure for what is no longer a plague, but some kind of smallpox now? I don't know. I don't even think Jagex knows what's going on in this quest anymore. Either way, time for the final boss, and all I'm going to say is this guy fucks. Like, honestly, I think it took more attempts to kill this final Menophyte Ock than it did to get my first raid KC on this account. Either way, I did get it after a few attempts. With all the quests completed, the only thing holding me back from attempting the Tomes of a Mascot was 82 attack. Let me explain. So, the best in slot melee items for the Tomes of a Mascot currently are Osmumten's Fang, the Grazi Rapier, and the Zamarakian Hosta. Realistically, an Abyssal Dagger or Karis would be fine for 150 Invocation on a maxed main account, but on this account, I'm going to need as much DPS as possible. Especially during Baba and the first Warden phase, where I'm almost always going to take the most damage. Without the Fang, 150 Invocation just isn't realistic on this account right now. So before I can attempt any raids, I need 82 attack. You know what that means. Back to the Nightmare Zone. Real quick, shout out to Clet1105 for giving me this tip on, I can't remember which episode it was, but I'll put it up on the screen right now. To stand in the corner for Nightmare Zone, literally having the amount of absorption potions used, I'm like, it seems so obvious now, but yeah, I maxed my main account in Nightmare Zone and never did this, so thank you, dude. You might be wondering what I'm doing at the Gnome Stronghold. Well, that's, oh, look at that. 82 attack. Oh, hi, Neve. I didn't see you there. Don't mind me. I'm just walking by. I just happened to be equipping one of the best in slot weapons in the game. No big deal. Didn't see you there. Do your thing. So, with 82 attack, there is nothing else stopping us from doing TOA. I could get Ancients or Thralls to make it easier, but honestly, so far each video has been at least 60 hours of grinding for a 20-minute video, and I'm trying to break that habit, and this video already has 40 hours, so yeah, Thralls and Ancients can wait. I started off with 150 Invocation, but I hadn't done raids since launch, so yeah, I got clapped pretty quickly. I was getting a little discouraged. I started to remember the months of Fasani grind, and I really didn't want this to turn into the same thing, so I lowered it to 70 just to refresh myself with the mechanics, and once I beat a 70, I put it up to 100, and honestly, with both of these attempts, I finished with plenty of supplies, so now that the mechanics were fresh in my mind, I figured there was nothing left to do. What we came here for. No more entry levels. Time for our first real raid on this account.
Let's fucking go! 150 in bowl on a 13 fucking Woo! That's right, gamers. We're built different.
I got a few more solo raid KC under my belt, but something just felt off. See, raids are one of those pieces of content that is just designed to be played with friends. So that's exactly what I did. I asked my friend Chris if he wanted to grind some normal raids with me, even though he grinds experts at this point, and he had no choice but to agree since I'm the one who taught him this raid. This is what friends are for. And yeah, we had a really good time, so here's some of the best moments from us grinding the Tomes of Amasket. And Chris, if you're watching this, thank you, A, for being such a kind and genuine human being. I really appreciate you as a person, and secondly, just, you know, thanks for holding my hand through this this raid on my squishy ass 13 defense looking ass account. You got the T-bow? When did you get a T-bow? You always had T-bow?
Yeah, Billy had it, and I got it back from him.
Ah. God, we're gonna be making light work.
I got a soul. Also did lose 750 mil.
You lost 750 mil?
Yeah.
How?
A lure.
No.
World. It's 100% my fault.
No. Wait, what happened?
Well, everything I made from Toons and Mouse. The gilded thing followed me for a video. And then I guess the other guy was in on it because he got the full gilded. And then it was like, let's leave this guy and go to the farming guild. And then I got trade stalled. And yeah.
That fucking sucks, dude. I'm so sorry.
No worries. It's my fault.
Oh, still, that hurts.
Or I would have whole Missouri.
Oh, damn. Yeah, I remember getting like fishing website lured as a kid. And god damn, that shit stunk. And they like added me on Facebook and everything. So I like trusted the guy for like weeks, and then eventually he's like, "Yo, we're changing clans." Like, linked me like this fake RuneScape like forum website. Gave him my username and password, and then he was like holding my account hostage. He's like, "Give me the pin, or I'll fucking like you lose the account forever." I was like, "Ah, shit." Oh man. Ah, this takes me back.
Yeah, I've done quite a bit.
Oh, should I step back and do it? Love that for me. Yeah, I can't believe you have like so many expert KC now. God damn.
He taught me. Major's on your side. Oh, he went back? Or he's gone?
Yeah.
What did he?
Major, he said.
He won any.
Oh, I have 40 mining and a rune pickaxe, by the way. Forgot to tell you.
Oh well.
Wow, I'm still gonna two-face it.
This is a one solve.
Was in just like one mirror.
Yeah, I just got a placement.
Fuck, you got even like lingo now. There's lingo for this now. I remember when we were learning, it was just. This goes
full
here.
send.
You're like, yeah, example said. Like, oh, yeah, I got a one solve in this room. 447 one solve X click X method butterfly tactic. I'm like, what the fuck? What are we talking about? Where do I? Oh yeah, pickaxe. Where do I learn this shit?
Got a tango incoming.
Tango 9er butterfly incoming. I'm gonna wait till he's like. Yeah, there we go. White,
Oh yep, doubles
yellow.
on. That's so bad.
Is it?
Yeah.
Black then red. Is the doubles bad?
Yeah, cause you can't run. Yeah. So like in a solo, it's like perfect because when you run diagonally, it's it works out.
Oh, but for duos, that second
Yeah.
special attack is just gonna like troll us essentially.
Like you can't move. Okay, now we can. Oh, see,
Nice.
what? Oh, you're using dragon darts.
Yeah.
There's your dragon dart. Do you want it?
Ah, that's alright. I hate money.
Okay. Right. Well, I'll benefit.
Stonks.
Yeah, if you learn that, you'll be fucking.
Oh, I'll be golden. I didn't even realize that was a thing. That's crazy.
Apparently, like it works for bandos to 5-0 melee bandos. Bandos doesn't hit you at all. You drop a cannon on the edge of the room. Just the first piece, just the base. And it's a big object. When you do the 5-0 method, at the start you click on the cannon and then you walk through bandos and then you attack bandos and then you run away. And then the other 3 tiles is to get you back to the first tile.
Okay.
You don't have Fliper.
No, I have to bring a suffering for the tankiness. I mean, I imagine in duos I could do a lot more interesting stuff. I can't believe the light bearer is like the second.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I'm not scared of these things anymore. I used to be so scared of them.
I know, you didn't want to step near them. You're like, nah, not happening.
Not letting me. Also, 3 downing this thing gives us more points.
Oh.
But 4 downing it doesn't give us extra points.
Do you see there was a guy that bug abused it so that he could do like a 740 invocation? He got like past the max invocation.
Oh yeah, because they could like stack them.
It's crazy.
Yeah, a
Most
lot of people got
bug
banned
abuse
for
to
that.
make the. That's crazy. Most people use like bugs to make the game easier. You just wanted the game harder.
There was one where one guy goes in at the end, and then the other guy, like if they don't get a purple, then he logs out. And then the next guy would go in, range prayer. And then if it wasn't a purple, he would mage prayer. He would log out.
Oh, and they can just keep refreshing the room.
Yeah.
That's cheeky.
Get purple.
No wonder the raid's prices drop so fast.
Range prayer.
Nice.
Get it, boys.
Novus Tome
Get you that
Explorer.
staff. Get you that staff.
Avenues. What's this task? Moving on up. Oh, do a raid harder than 150, I assume. Oh, look at you doubling my damage.
All gear
The
and
leash.
stats.
The long
I got
God
700k
damn.
from that.
Damn, probably because you're just boosting my ass. I'm gonna get like 20k. Oh, 200. That's not bad. Put that in the bank. I got 26 dragon dart tips. See here, like who needs these dragon darts?
Look, if you leave first, then you'll stay the lead. Yeah.
Nice. Hardcore raiders. What does that mean?
No death.
No
50
deaths.
no death.
Ah, whole team. Nice. See,
Yep,
I did die
purple.
this time. That's right. Fuck.
Purple, whatever.
Oh man, okay. I need to hop to my main account and change that title. The leech twice in a row.
No, it's like you're going against the T-bow. 400k? What'd you get?
99k. Got some torsal seeds and some cactus spines. Well, I'll take it to the bank. After I got comfortable running 150s on my 13 defense account, Chris wanted to teach me expert raids on my main account, and so I hopped over to my main to do that. I recorded it, but all the footage looks like this because I was recording the wrong window in OBS. So, yeah, I guess the video ends here. It is what it is, though. I guess it just means I will have to join him again for some expert raids later on and get some more footage. Oh shucks, look at that. That's just too bad, isn't it? Oh damn. Anyway, you guys, thank you for making it this far into the video. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, or if any part of it made you laugh or made your day slightly better, make sure to hit that like button. A lot of effort went into this one, so it would really be appreciated. Anyways, take it easy, you guys. Have a good day. Bye bye.